quick.
Do I have to answer them?
Specifically for immigration, what do you think, in your personal experience, what do you think is a good policy? Just the other day, my family and I were out to dinner, and 3 individuals had sat next to us, and we struck up a conversation, and they happened to be 3 illegals from Mexico, and they couldn't barely speak any English. And at first, my instinct as I'm a Republican, was, man, they're over here, they're taking, my father's jobs, my brother's jobs. But then, I slowly, they were personalized, and they told me their story. And then all I wanted to do was help them and hug them, and I felt so bad. The one man, he hadn't seen his son since he was born, and he's over here working, and he said he plans on going back to Mexico. He's been here for 6 years, as well as his 2 friends, and they all came over. So in your personal experience, what do you think is a good policy for America with regards to illegal immigration?
Yeah, I've studied this issue for a long time, and I have personal and professional experience with that because, as you know, I'm a global security specialist, and border security, national security is my background and experience. So my answer to that is that first we should enforce the laws that we do have on the books, that immigration policy should be enforced, that all it basically is a matter of paperwork. The difference between a documented and an undocumented person are the documents. And it's not only exclusive to those coming from the south of the border or from Mexico or Latin America, but from around the world. Our borders also are at the international airports. So we have people coming from all over the world staying here on expired visas. So if no country in the world would be secure, or can say that they have national security, if you don't have secure borders. So, and no nation in the world will accept 10s to 20s to 30s of millions. I'm not talking just the 2 guys in a restaurant. 10s to 20s to 30s of millions crossing our borders and living off the system and coming within the system. And then it's unfair to those who do come through the correct process. There are, what about those who come legally? But what about those who do come up on the list? Right? So it's unfair to them. Would you let anyone of any national origin, if you're standing online to go and get into the movies, or standing online to get it somewhere, would you let, and you're standing on the back of the line, would you let somebody just turn around and jump in the front of the line? No, you would say, hey, get back to the back of the line. Same difference. United States, we're a nation of immigrants. But what we have to do is, we're also a nation of laws. And so the laws have to be respected, and those who come here must respect the law. And so that's my opinion on that. Any other questions?
What would you suggest doing then with the people and the families who are already here illegally, and those who might even be working, whether they're paying taxes or not? What would you suggest to try to solve that problem?
I've proposed a solution to that where every undocumented person who's here in the country be documented. So the first thing we want to have is accountability. Same way like when you have security of a building. Imagine you're a fire person, a fire marshal, right? And you want to know how many people are in a high-rise building, because if there's a fire, you want to have a head count, right, to say how many people need to be rescued. Well, the same thing. If the people who are already here, that's fine, they're already here. I do not propose rounding people up, putting them in boxcars, or any other inhumane thing. But it's only a matter of good accountability that we know how many people are here, where are they here, and begin a process of naturalization according to the law. Anybody else? Sir?
I think just to add to your point, I think we need to pass that accountability onto those who gainfully employ illegal aliens as well. I mean, they're the means for their sustenance. If we continue as Americans knowingly to be employing illegal immigrants, that's only going to feed the problem. I think we need to come down on those who willingly partake and make money off of the labor of those who are here illegally.
I've studied that part of the problem, and I've come to the conclusion that the people that we need to come down on who are doing their job are in the United States State Department. The State Department is the one who needs to enforce and do their job. I don't see penalizing a small business It's like adding a drop of water in the ocean. The guys who are here already working, if they fall within the plan that I'm talking about of documenting and registering who they are, get them a social security number. I'm not talking about amnesty, but I'm talking about let's begin with accountability. Then we need to get the folks in the State Department to do their job. And once we get the folks in the State Department to do their job, then it will no longer be a benefit or a magnet for those to turn around and do it illegally when it's unfair to those who are doing it legally. So that's what I found to be that. In other words, what we're going to do, go in the restaurant and chase everybody out of the kitchen? So it doesn't really work.